Hey everyone, it's Brandon Moretti, and welcome to the first episode of Behind the Mall. So I'm starting a little series where I'm going to be giving in-depth histories and discussions of various dead/abandoned malls around the country. So I'm going to be starting the series with the Rolling Acres Mall in Akron, Ohio. So this is obviously the hands down the most well-known abandoned mall ever to exist. Obviously, if you have non-dead mall enthusiasts, if they think of an abandoned mall, they think of Rolling Acres Mall or all those amazing pictures that they've seen online. That's what they know. So, um, I'm not gonna really start out with anything too crazy. I'm just gonna start out with the Rolling Acres Mall. So, here we go. So just another heads up, I'm not really good at narrating or talking off the top of my head. So that's kind of why I'm starting with something that I already know, like the Rolling Acres Mall. So I already know the information off the top of my head pretty much. I don't really have to go digging my face into a Wikipedia page and just read right off of it. So here and there I'm going to be stuttering kind of, I guess, kind of be lost in my words here and there. So I apologize for that, but hopefully later in the series I'll start to get more comfortable with talking. So let's get right into it. The Rolling Acres Mall opened in Akron, Ohio on August 6, 1975. So it opened with Sears and 21 inline stores, but by the year's end it already had 50, so it began to expand pretty fast. Just a year later, JCPenney opened as a second anchor along with Sears. And then in 1977, a new wing called the Court of Aquarius, including a large aquarium, which was later removed, was built on to the mall with Montgomery Ward. And then in 1978, a new two-story wing called the Promenade, comprising a food court called Promenade, later renamed Picnic Place, was added on, along with O'Neill's. So by this time, the mall already had 4 anchors. It was growing in popularity. It pretty much rolled the whole East Coast as a mall. There's really no competition at this time, considering this is pretty, I guess you could say, early in the mall days. Late 70s is when they really started booming, adding on malls. So a mall-wide renovation began in 1986, replacing its original earth tones with pastel colors. So they really started to take on the 80s style there. Um, Two of the anchors also changed in the 80s. Montgomery Ward's closed in 1986 and was quickly replaced with Higbee's, another local chain. And O'Neill's was merged with the May Company in Ohio in 1989. In the early 90s, the Rolling Acres stopped using off-duty police officers and instead relied on cheaper security guards starting in 1991, which was, as we all know, a pretty bad idea considering crime rates skyrocketed in the Rolling Acres Mall, which later on led to the decline. So during a showing of the film New Jack City, 2 movie patrons got into a fight outside the cinema. People in the area believed they heard a gunshot, and panicked crowd ran through the mall. As we can all imagine, that was probably pure chaos. In the 1990s, 2 more anchors changed hands. Higbee's was acquired and renamed by Dillard's in 1992, and May Company Ohio became Kaufman's a year later. Also in 1993, General's Cinema was closed. In 1995, Target, the final addition to the mall, opened in 1995. This was pretty much the end of the mall's growth, and from here on the mall began to decline. Dillard's was downgraded to a clearance center in 1997. Also in the same year, the nearby Summit Mall went through a multi-million-dollar renovation, which really started to draw tenants from the aging Rolling Acres Mall. Also, in 1999, the JCPenney shrunk down to a catalog outlet. At this point, the owners of the mall realized that the mall was beginning to decline, so the mall was sold to Banker Trust of New York in 2000 for $33.5 million. They gave the mall a new logo as well as a new website, and the cinema reopened under an independent group calling itself Blind Squirrel Cinema. Also, by November 2001, a buyer was sought by Bankers Trust. In September 2002, the Witchers family of North Carolina purchased Rolling Acres Mall for $2.75 million. So the mall really started to change hands quickly owners were realizing that the mall was declining at a pretty steady rate, so obviously they weren't trying to risk anything by holding on to the mall too long. As well, in 2002, the Blind Squirrel Cinema closed, but in 2003, the cinema reopened again, this time as a discount theater. In 2006, the mall began to head into a death spiral. The first anchor to leave the mall was Target, just 11 years after it opened. It relocated to the nearby Wadsworth. Dillard's also closed in 2006 in August, just 1 month before Kaufman's was rebranded as Macy's. This Macy's, however, closed in 2008 due to poor sales. At this point, the only remaining anchors at the Rolling Acres Mall was JCPenney, Outlet Center, and Sears. So stores were just leaving the mall just like crazy. The mall was just dead as can be, and a lot of people were beginning to tell that Rolling Acres Mall was going to be no more. So in April 2008, mall fixtures were auctioned off, and in August of the same year, the theaters closed for the third and final time. So the mall was pretty much a shell of its old self. No customers, just barely any stores. The nearby malls were just running the show at this point. And in October 31st, due to the mall not paying their energy bill, cut off power, which meant the mall was closed forever. This did not affect Sears or the JCPenney outlet, so those remained open for some time. On April 23rd, 2009, the mall was placed on an internet auction block, but that didn't do anything, and no one bid on it. In 2010, Sears announced it would be closing its location at the mall, leaving only JCPenney. It closed on or around April 3rd, 2011, and Pinnacle Recycling purchased the Sears building in 2012. Now on January 25th, 2011, the JCPenney outlet announced it would be closing due to the chain's nationwide pullout of the outlet store concept. The store announced it would close in 2011 or early 2012. But in October 19, 2011, SB Capital Group purchased all JCPenney outlet stores with plans to rename them and continue to operate them, which included the Rolling Acres store, which was renamed JC's 5-Star Outlet. In October 2013, JCPenney announced that it would be closing all outlet stores, including the Rolling Acres Mall location. So on December 31st, 2013, the store closed, which left the entire mall vacant. Sales after sale were held to try and change hands of the mall, but no one ever bought it. So by late 2016, JCPenney gave its building to the city of Akron, and it was official that the mall would be demolished. So at this point, the mall is pretty much mostly demolished, as far as I know. So Rolling Acres Mall is pretty much no more. Okay, so that's it for the first episode of Behind the Mall, Rolling Acres Mall. It was pretty bad. I stuttered a lot, but I think it was okay. So I hope you guys are looking forward to more videos in this series. Give me some suggestions on other malls to do. So give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for hopefully more dead mall videos. I'm trying to get around more and find dead malls to record and hopefully make more videos of the series, because this is pretty much all I can do at this point, because I'm pretty much uploading like every month or two. So this is I'll take constructive criticism, I guess. My mouth is pretty dry. I'm kind of tired of talking, so I'm just going to cut the video out here. So if you made this far in the video, I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.